this should be really fun. This is my first Maschinen Krieger kit, so I thought we would get a look inside the box. And let's get us overhead here and, you know, take a look at what you get. Now, I don't know if everyone is familiar with these kits or not. They've been around for a while. It started in the 80s with the designer, I forget his name, but basically he started by kit bashing airplane kits and helicopter body kits, and, you know, kit bashing these suits together and creating a world, a backstory for them. Gives you a little bit of history here on this particular suit, but I think it's sort of a loose translation from Japanese because it does and doesn't make sense in certain ways. But we have some really cool color schemes for this kit. There's this red one here, which is, oh, that's stuck on there. Stuff stuck to the box. Anyways, we got this octopus, I guess, the devil octopus one here, and this card holders, card soldiers, the 6 of hearts in like a camo scheme, and this one is a combo of both. This looks like similar camo scheme with this red. I'm kind of leaning towards this cool red one. I think that might look kind of neat. But I love this packaging. I love these boxes, the way they're done in this cardboard, sort of almost like a garage kit sort of look to the box. But let's get into the kit here. So let me get my coffee out of the way. And here's our figure with our poly parts. It looks like there's a couple clear parts in here. And then the rest of the kit is molded in this like a green plastic. I noticed when we opened it last time. And here's our goodies. I'm just going to set this here to the side. And let's see what we are looking at for our first delve into the Maschinen Krieger world. So we have 4 different selections here. We have the 2nd Armed Regiment, 3rd Maschinen Krieger Company Card Soldiers. So we have the 4 of Hearts. We have the Card Soldiers Queen of Spades. So that one's kind of cool with the yellow and the camouflage. I like yellow. This has got the red and the yellow. Those the white though. These are so cool. So that's, I think, the hardest thing is to try and decide what you're going to paint them in. This red one is kind of cool, but now that I see this white with the yellow and the camo, it looks pretty cool with its laser gun. And they give you these little cards with each one to stick in your, I guess, your folder of your collection of kits. So it's cool. I have a couple now. So we have the Grosser Hund, and we also have the Camel. Just came. We ordered a while ago, and it just came today. So now we have 3 of them to choose from. But this is going to be our first build, and it looks like we start here from the ground up. Now, from what I can kind of tell is that these are going to be much like a Bandai Gundam sort of kit, where I think you pretty well have to pretty well assemble it and then disassemble it and to paint it, because there's a lot of I think individual paint steps, especially when we get into some of this interior components here, but we'll see as we go along. I've been watching a lot of Ma.K videos lately. I think we all do. Once we start getting into something, we're like, okay, what's this all about? And I've seen some really, really nice builds. Of course, there's Lincoln Wright painting on plastic. If you're not familiar with him, he's awesome. And he really just concentrates on the Maschinen Krieger. He was involved with the photos and you know, prototyping some of these models, I do believe. And he has done some beautiful work with these kits. He's really, really fun channel to watch and learn techniques that he uses. He uses a lot of enamels. I don't know that I'm going to go there. I'm not really maybe that confident with my painting skills to get into this with enamels. So I think we're going to stay. I think I'm going to stay mostly with acrylics, but you know, we'll see. But I think we're going to stay with acrylics. So, anyways, yeah, it looks like we start with our feet, move into what looks like part of, I guess, the legs assemblies here. This is our torso, I guess. Get into our legs. Here's the front part, top part of the head shield, I guess. Here we get into assembly of the body, shell armor section. And we have our hinge to open and close. So it looks like it has, you know, some moving parts that are going to move around for us. There's our opening hatch. Getting into our interior, our tanks, breathing apparatus, our seat, cushions. So that gets us through into our armor plates. And this looks like some other reservoir tank, maybe power storage, like a battery pack or some sort. Yeah, we have our, looks like sort of funnels here on the back thing. Our body. Here's our joint assembly for, I guess, the arm with the gun mounted onto it. And then for our pilot, we have separate elements with the mask and the helmet and the head. So it's pretty cool. I like the fact that we get two figures too, so we can have one post inside the vehicle and another guy standing outside, which I thought was kind of neat. And then I guess right here to the end is just going to be fitting. So you can see, like you can see how, yeah, we're going to want to paint all this and then get this interior all painted. And then I can see, I think there's elements on the bottom of these feet that we're going to want to have painted separate. I think to paint these together so we get real separation from these parts. I think a lot of these parts are going to get pre-painted, right? So we do have color callouts, so they're pretty clear. Black, right? So just calling for different colors here and there. Not too much though, I guess. Not till we get to the end. It kind of leaves it really black. Yeah, it's not really. I think it leaving it a lot up to us. It probably gives us over here for the camel colors. Give us a shout out for color. Oh, so here we go. Right, machines box art. So it gives you a ratio here to mix together with these colors, whatever they may be. We're going to go our own way, though. We always do as far as colors go. That's for sure. So that's a look at the instructions. And now, I guess we could get right into the figure. Get my knife out here. Okay, so you definitely got some rubber parts here. Now let's get in close here for a look at our figure. So, got some, you know, soft but good detail. I mean, it's not as crisp as you would get with a resin figure with these folds and stuff in here, but it's definitely enough detail to hold wash. Face looks good. Yeah. Face looks like it has some pretty nice detail to paint in. And his uniform with his shoulder pads and his gear, and then here is our elements for our pilot. So that's pretty slick. Just gonna paint that separate, which will be nice for definition of the parts. It's a nice size figure, 120 scale. I guess these are the parts for our laser gun. Looks pretty simple. I mean, I think that's the whole thing with these kits, is that once you kind of get them built, then you start to add greebles, and you add, because that's the way these kits were developed. I think it's really part of the, I'm finding, yeah, part of the journey with these kits is the stuff that you can add to them. Now here are these hoses, so I can see why guys have gone with springs. I've seen guys use springs. Now I don't have any springs like that. I'm gonna have to take a look around and see where to grab some of those. I guess order them. I don't think I've never seen like that type of stuff at my local hobby store, but be on the hunt now for a spring, flexible spring that you can load with a wire, I guess, and just bend the spring around in the way that you want. But there's our hoses, and these are definitely poly type material, so I guess these are going to assist with our joints. And then we have a couple lenses here. I guess these are going to be for indicator lights. So we'll see. I was consulting with a friend about maybe making this the first kit that I ever light, and maybe adding like just a couple blinkers maybe on the outside of the suit, and a light interior to light up like the cockpit, the helmet part, so you can kind of get a look at the pilot in there, and just some small LEDs. But we'll see. I've never done it before. I don't know nothing about it. I am familiar with a little bit of electrical, but I've never applied any lights to a kit before, so we'll see. Maybe that'll be something new that we can do with this one. And let's bust into this big bag. I am so excited to get started on my first Machine Krieger kit. It's a fascinating subject, and it's a fascinating series of models. The culture around it is pretty cool too. I think it's one of those ones where it's just completely wide open creativity as far as this goes. I know with the Gundam stuff there's a lot of customization, and with the Warhammer there's a bit of that stuff too. But yeah, I think as far as like your almost like your technical models go, this is like the sort of realm that, oh, look at this little loose piece we got here. Sort of inviting the model builder to make his own, claim to it and trick it out. So we have one little piece here. We're going to have to make sure that we keep that in our box. I'm not sure what that's for. I don't want to lose it. So here's our first sprue. We have some interior elements. Yeah, nice detail. That's going to be really cool to paint. Here's a look at our interior and some of our outer armor. That's all going to clip into place. It looks like a lot of press fit parts, so that's cool. We'll be able to pull off the armor and put it back on, which is going to really help with our painting. I guess this is something you can cut out for something that looks like it's part of the sprue, but it definitely looks like it's a part for something. It says 1 on it, or it's got a number on it there. Number 1. Number 1. We'll have to see where that goes. Let's take a look right now, shall we? I'm curious. Where's part 1? Yeah, it's listed as part 1. Huh. I didn't see it in the instructions. Maybe it's a base for it to stand on? Huh. I don't know. I guess it's a mystery we'll have yet to solve. We've got some very small parts here that are going to go on. We'll see how many of those make it. Those are pretty small. But nice deep seam lines here to get a wash into. Those are really deep. You can get a look at, see how deep those seam lines go in the mold. Nice rivet line. Here we have 2. Here it looks like our feet. So we have 2 identical sprues. And yeah, that's what I mean. We're going to want to paint these elements separate and then put all this together. But this is really cool. So those are his hover slippers that I guess allow him to move at pretty good speed. Although it's a cumbersome looking suit, I guess he just glides along on his super slipper feet. Well, we have some really cool details with these little gears type gyro things. Click together for his foot assembly. So there's our 2 foot sprues. And here we have more of our hammer. So we have some hands. We have some like Looks like internal details here. Some of our plates. There's our visor. Got some ports coming out here. And really cool designs of stuff, right? Like, it's like, okay, what is this? I guess this is some sort of breathing apparatus. Like, that's a great thing. It's sci-fi. So, I mean, what it is kind of up to your imagination. So there we have some interior parts, it looks like. And here we have some more of our outer hull. Some plates. These must be parts for different variations of this suit, maybe. As we go through our instructions, now we have two which look identical again. All our armor plating, we got our thigh plates and stuff, whatever. Some other covers, a dome cover, a couple of those. I guess those are for the ends of this tank. Here, there's really nice buckles on this tank. Really nice detail on those. And looks like more interior details. Parts of our legs, I guess. Oh, beautiful. Really well molded. It's nice from Hasegawa. No wonder these kits are so popular. Oh, look at these little, got nice little grooves in this part here. You can see they'll hold wash. Really nice seat. It looks really nicely molded. Other interior details. Tanks. Really nice molds. That's where those vents go, I guess. So yeah, lots of domes, ports and vents and all kinds of stuff to get into. All kinds of goodies. So yeah, for content, I mean, this kit I think was, I don't know, it was around $70 Canadian, I think, with taxes and everything. But we got two of those, two of the foot ones, so 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8 runners. The sprues with that one, and then in the bag with the figures and that. So you get a fair bit of plastic in the box. Very comprehensive kit as far as parts to keep you entertained. Looks like these ones are where we're going to be starting with the feet, so we'll get these out first. And get our little sprue holder out, organize our sprues, and, start on part 1 of our build series of the MK44 by AmmoKnights. AmmoKnights. Maschinen Krieger by Hasegawa. First ever Ma.K build. And we're going to start tonight right here with part 1. So if you would like to join me for the build of this kit, please do, because it will be a multi-part process for sure. I'm not the quickest at building and painting, but we're going to learn a lot with this kit. We're going to try some new things as far as weathering go, and some paint techniques that we're learning from a couple of different YouTube channels, Lincoln Wright, and other ones that do the Ma.K, and we're pretty excited to get started. So until next time, if you are building something, please carry on. And if you're not building anything and you haven't built anything yet, well, maybe give it a try. I think you might like it. So anyways, till next time, I'm the model student, and we'll be back. Cheers. Bye.